Hey, it's Dr. Lewis Clark, and I want to thank you for taking time to watch this educational video on the subject of methylation, and particularly methylation regarding your nervous system. I'm talking about your brain and your nerves, okay? So how is this process of methylation involved? So I'm going to show you the four main things that methylation does to help preserve good health in your brain and in your nervous system. And then I'm going to talk to you about the number one thing that depletes methylation. And believe it or not, the majority of American adults are participating in this one thing. So that's going to be at the end of the video. So let's talk about these four things that affect methyl donors. And what we're talking about here in a methyl group, it's a molecular compound that is able to separate off of a methyl donor and be given to another compound to neutralize it and prevent it from being harmful to your body. So it's a very important process. So these methyl donors, they do four main things for us regarding our nervous system. Number one is they decrease homocysteine. Now, homocysteine is an intermediate product that can cause damage to your vessels, your blood vessels, and also to your neurons, your nerve cells. So keeping your homocysteine levels accurate and normal is very important. And I'll tell you, this right here is a test that's hardly ever run in a typical medical setting. And so if you're just going to your doctor every year and running your general labs, and you wonder why every time he comes back and he says, oh, your labs are normal, but you still don't feel normal, well, it's because he may not be running the right test. And this test is important to be run to see how your methylation is working. The next thing I want to talk about is involved with this, but it's a little bit different. It's nerve health. And particularly now we're talking about the peripheral nerves, the nerves that go into different parts of your body, including your arms, your legs, and also into your organs and systems. But the nerve health, in particular, the lining of the nerves, the outer coating of the nerves, which is called myelin, is important. It needs good methyl donors in order to produce myelin to protect your nerves. It's somewhat like an electrical wire that has a coating on it, protecting it from shorting out. Well, when you lose that because you don't have methyl donors, you can end up with a peripheral neuropathy. And this is one of the reasons for peripheral neuropathy that people don't know, and it's also one of the factors why diabetics develop this, because they deplete their methyl donors. The third thing that this does, and very critical, is detox. So we are detoxing neurotoxins from the body with methyl donors. And you know how many toxins there are in our environment today. And especially things, I'm going to tell you the ones that are most damaging to your neurons, your brain cells, and your nerves, aspartame and other artificial sweeteners, and MSG, okay, which again is damaging. It's a neuroexcitatory compound that causes nerve damage. And then the last one is methyl donors help us keep a healthy neurotransmitter balance. In particular, we're talking about melatonin, which is responsible for good sleep and affects your immune system. We're talking about serotonin, which keeps us feeling happy and good, right? We're talking about the clearance and elimination of dopamine and keeping the levels normal, epinephrine, and catecholamines. All of these things have to do with energy, they have to do with focus, they have to do with us feeling good, and they have to do with our sleep. So, methyl donors, where are you? Do you have enough methyl donors? Do you have good methylation process going on inside the body where you can make these? And are you depleting them because of things that you're doing? I'm going to tell you the number one reason why you end up with a decrease in methyl donors and in methylation is because of prescription drugs. So when you take a prescription drug, that is a chemical that must be then broken down, and once it's used must be eliminated from your body, and that requires methylation. So if you're doing that every day, multiple times a day for months and years, you will deplete your methyl donors. So keep that in mind. The way to back, we'll talk about in another video. If you have any questions, contact us at our office, and be sure you subscribe and like so that you'll get the next video that we do in this series. And until then, hope you live life well, and God bless.